My family thinks I haven't understood a word since I lost my hearing 2 years ago, but I taught myself to read lips 8 months ago, and I catch every sentence they say in front of me thinking I'm shut out. I went deaf at 31 after meningitis took my hearing in a single brutal week. The silence was the loneliest thing I'd ever known. My younger sister Bianca and her husband Owen visited often, and they'd talk to me slowly, mouths stretched wide like I was a child, then turn to each other and speak at full speed, easy, careless, like I'd quietly left the room. I started learning to read lips in secret because I missed being part of the world. I wanted to know what my niece giggled about, what people murmured at the dinner table when they thought it didn't reach me. For months it felt like being let back inside, like overhearing a warmth nobody meant to hand me. The secrecy felt harmless, even comforting. Then everything changed 4 months ago, when I read something off my own sister's lips I was never supposed to see. We were at Gran's house. She'd raised me after our father walked out, and her estate was meant to split evenly between Bianca and me. Bianca stood at the counter facing Owen, her back half to me. "Once we get the house signed over, we sell it before he even realizes," she said. I must have gone still, because Owen's eyes flicked toward me. I reached for my water, slow and bored, like I'd caught nothing. Bianca studied my face, then signed clumsily, "You okay?" I nodded and looked down at my phone. She seemed to believe it, but after that day, she started covering her mouth whenever she spoke to him. Here's where it gets complicated. Bianca stopped sitting anywhere I could see her face. She turned toward the window, speak into her cupped hand, drift into the hallway mid-sentence. She even began testing me, mouthing words silently across the room. "Can you understand me?" while watching for the smallest flicker, and I'd keep my eyes glued to the television. I realized I had to be careful, or I'd throw away the only thing protecting me. It got worse when they brought a man to Gran's house and introduced him as her new financial advisor. Pressed suit, leather folder, a handshake that lasted too long. While Gran napped, I watched Owen lean toward Bianca in the hallway and say, plain as day, he'll backdate the paperwork to before the diagnosis. No one questions a notary. My stomach dropped. Gran had been diagnosed with early dementia that spring. They weren't just selling a house, they were forging the date she signed it away, while she could still be called sound of mind. Then Bianca said something I couldn't place, and the Pinewood unit's already cleared out. I had no idea what Pinewood was. Gran had never mentioned a storage unit. That night I couldn't sleep, turning the words over. What was at Pinewood? What had they already taken? That's when I stopped grieving my silence and started using it. They thought I was sealed off from the world, so I became the quietest witness in the house. I photographed every document left on the counter. I read their lips through doorways and wrote down dates, names, and numbers the second they turned away. I contacted a real estate attorney myself, typing back and forth, never speaking, and learned exactly what a forged transfer like this needed to hold up. It needed one more thing, my signature, as the second heir. They were counting on the deaf brother who'd never know what the paper said. The deadline came fast. I read Bianca tell Owen the advisor was coming Friday, to finish everything before the family knows. Friday morning, they sat me at Gran's dining table, all smiles. Bianca slid a stack of papers toward me and signed, slowly, insurance forms for Gran. Just sign at the tabs. Owen had his phone out, ready to help. I looked at the top page. It was a deed of transfer and a waiver of inheritance. Mine. I let my face stay blank, mildly confused, the way they expected. I picked up the pen. Bianca turned to Owen, and not bothering to hide her mouth this time, she smiled and said the words I'd waited 4 months to read. "He has no clue. He's signing away his whole